All right. Today we're going to be doing page 6 and 7, and I only want you to do the evens, so please be aware, only the evens today. Um, we're going to be comparing large numbers and trying to putting them in the right order. So when we're looking at, I'm going to change the color so you can see it a little bit better. When we're looking at this number, 1,457 compared to 1,465, we can sometimes see that they're almost the same in our brain. Our brain wants to look at them the same way because there's three digits that have the same number, but we need to figure out which one is the biggest. So I'm going to try to highlight some things for you. If we notice that when we go to the first digit on the left, and when we go to the thousands digit, they're the same. These are the same. So that doesn't help us any. So now we move to the hundreds digit, the 4. And as we see, these are the same. Again, that doesn't help us. So the next digit we have to go to is the tens digit right here. Now these numbers are different. Now you guys can see that 5 is definitely less than 6. And that's where we stop at. We know that 1,465, and that's what they want us to write down here. 1,465 is greater than, remember this is like Pac-Man wanting to eat or the alligator wanting to eat, bigger than 1,457. And that is our goal today, that you compare those two numbers. So let's go ahead and look at a few of these together. When I'm looking at 52,650 compared to 55,700, I'm going to start in the 10,000s, and those are the same. So now I'm going to go to the thousands, and I notice those numbers are different. This 5 is bigger than this 2, so that means this one's bigger. And I want you guys to remember that Pac-Man eats the bigger number. Some of you guys might have heard it as an alligator eats the bigger number. So it always eats the bigger number. So let's take a look again at number 5. The thousands family is the same. So then I have to go to the hundred spot, and 6 is definitely bigger than 0, so this is greater than. So I think you guys can do the evens. Remember, you're doing the evens. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now we come to this beautiful table down here. And we're comparing different continents. We're comparing the square miles and the population. So population's pink, square miles blue. So, and they give you a lot of population questions. Population, population, population. Then they want to know area. And I said square miles, but it's also area. Area blue, area blue, and area blue. Okay? So the area, I'm going to start with number 13. The area of Africa is smaller than, so I'm going to be looking in this one, and I'm looking for, I'm looking, Africa is bigger than what continent? And I can automatically see that it's bigger than Antarctica. So that's what they want you guys to do for this. Notice the difference between population and area. On to page 7, evens. We're going to be ordering numbers biggest to smallest. So this one that they want us to talk about is they want us to put a number 1 next to the closest planet and a number 8 to the farthest planet. So we can look at this and get a comparison, but then they didn't even put the names on there. So now we got to come back to the numbers. So when I'm looking for the numbers, I'm going to be looking for the smallest number. And right now I see that we all have the ones are all the same. And then we come down to the 100,000s. And we're getting a little bit different, but we have like numbers in the billions. Neptune's billions with a B. Saturn's billions with a B. So these are some of our bigger ones, but we're looking for the smallest one. The smallest one I see is only 57 million. So this one is first. That one's closest to the sun. So the next number, when I'm going in order, oh, we have 100,000, and there's nothing next to that one, so that one has to be second. And then third would be Mars. I lied. It's not Mars, because I forgot to come back up here and look. Earth would be third, then Mars. So I know those ones are done. Now I'm looking for the next one. Mars has been done. So 700,000, almost 800,000. Oh, wow, there's nothing else in the 100,000, so that one makes that one fifth. Then we're going to come up to our super, super big numbers, and we're looking for the billions ones. So I'm looking at the billions. I see Saturn is my biggest billion, so that one's 6. And then Uranus, and then Neptune. And so that's how they want you guys to order those. The numbers 1 and 2, and remember you guys are doing the evens. So 1 and 2, they want you guys to notice the pattern that it's going up by a certain amount. So that way we can put it in the right order. So this is jumping by 10 million. So then I'm going to add another 10 million. So this would be 70 million. And this would be 80 million because I'm adding 10 to it. And this would be 90 million. And we separate our families by commas. That was something we didn't talk about last week. We separate our family numbers by commas because it helps our brains see it easier. Now we want to go from, and this is where paying attention to what they're telling us to do. They want us to go from least, which is smallest, to greatest, which is biggest. So they want us to go from small to big. When I'm looking at these numbers, remember, they're all 13,000. So that means now I have to go to the hundreds digit. And those are all 800. So I keep going. Remember, I'm looking for the smallest one, so I'm looking at the tens digit. And I notice that this 4 is smaller than that 7 or that 8. So this is the smallest number. So 13,849 is the smallest. And then I'm going to put a semicolon because that's different than a comma. Now, I've already used this one. So I'm looking at the hundreds digit and I know that 8 is bigger than 7. So this is my middle number. So 13,872. I'm going to put a semicolon so you guys can see the difference. That just now leaves me with 13,881. So that's how they want you to do number 4 and 6. Now, a number 8, it's just the same thing as number 6 and 4. They just put it in a table for you. So, order the populations from greatest to least. You guys can do it by city, or you could write the number in these blanks. So this would be smallest to biggest. And that's how you do those.